Hi, Marlene. Thank you for keeping going. You are amazing, writing me more essays. I'm really, really impressed. It's absolutely fantastic. Oh, I need to hang on. I'll get the picture of that for that one in a minute. Let's do this one first. Make sure you do your task 2 first, by the way. I always do task 2 first, and you know it has so much more marks, more marks than task 1. So do the task 2 first, prioritize that, make sure you take the 40 minutes, and then you can do task 1 quicker if you have to. Okay? Don't want to run out of time. So all inventions and discoveries, like the discovery of fire and electricity, have impacts on our lives, so much so that people can no longer live without them. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Specific reasons. Okay, so to what extent, that means like how much do you agree or disagree? I mean, it's a bit of a silly title. Sorry. I mean, obviously it's impacted our lives. Obviously, sadly, we can't live without them. But anyway, let's try and be polite and write our essay. So, since centuries, humans benefit from several major inventions, like the 2 important ones, electricity and fire, which were found by former scientists. Okay, watch out here. Since centuries is okay, but better would be actually for many centuries. Humans have benefited from. Now, always with for or since, you have to have present perfect. So have benefited. You don't want to make a mistake in the first line. Benefited from several major, more adjectives, major, critical, and incredible inventions, like the most 2 important ones. 2 important ones. Fire. Don't use any punctuation. You don't need to. Fire and electricity. Again, don't use that. You've got this word instead, which were found by, discovered by former scientists. Now, if you use this word former, it suggests that they were a scientist, then they stopped, then they discovered it. Okay, so I don't know who discovered fire. I mean, I would have thought that was a long time ago. Electricity, more recent, obviously. But so rather than naming the people, why don't you do it this way, whose discovery radically transformed life, or the quality of life. Okay, quality of life. So, because I'm not sure about the scientists, either which were found or which were discovered, so this is a better word, discovered by, but better even still was whose discovery, relative clause, discovery radically transformed the quality of life. Furthermore, they have built, so still present perfect, because this is still in command here. They have built, and then you have to have T, so present perfect here, the base of discoveries in the future, and served, so have built and have served, so you'd have to have a D there, past participle humanity with convenient benefits on different sectors, healthier food, warmth, and technical inventions. Good. This essay will point out how certain examples of how specifications are used in the 21st century according to the discovery. Do you mean building on the discovery? Building on. So building on the discovery of fire and power. Good. Very nice. I like where you're going. Good. Just watch out for that grammar, because you do not want to make a grammar error on line 1. That would be disappointing. There are several legends ranking around the first human interaction with the element of fire, like the tale of Prometheus and the old Greek myth. Good. It is undisputed that you don't need a comma here. Keep going. It's a non-defining, so as a defining relative clause, I mean, so you don't need the comma, that with the gift of fire, humans were able to warm themselves and it, not although here, additionally, I would say, additionally, gave them the opportunity to grill and cook their food in order to prepare it in more delicious ways and to destroy all harmful bacteria and germs. In addition, chefs worldwide were able to develop, careful, infinitive, a unique and maybe there because it belongs to them, which is valued by, okay, is valued by, it's a passive formation, is valued by the global tourism industry here, not branches. Nice argument. So can we keep back to the question? Yeah. So can we live with it? Can we live without it? Yeah. So I think you need to be you need to make a statement here about we can't live without them. So radical and wide-ranging has the impact of fire and subsequently heat, being that it is impossible to imagine a world without this core fundamental. Something like that. You need to wrap up that paragraph, connect it back to the question. Ever since scientists, since ever, no, because you've got since at the beginning. So since its invention, its discovery then, the discovery and since its discovery then, okay, scientists have been, okay, so again, same grammar issue, have been fascinated by lighting and tried to catch the occurring energy to convert it for multiple, certain is a bit more specific, multiple uses or purposes. So I'd have all those uses, purposes, or reasons. So have all of them, because remember it's a language exam, so you can really show as much language as you can. The discovery of the electric bulb by Edison, for example, served us. So again, has served us with incredible benefit to lighten our homes, public buildings, and the streets. Subsequently, more scientific creations have followed because it's not finished. More will come in the future over several time periods. For instance, further technical innovations like computer, smartphone, ebooks. This is another sector where impressive and much needed research and discoveries are made. Would be in medical treatment. I think you need to expand this for it to really work. While the specialized equipped robots assist doctors to perform serious operations on patients, thus increasing the success. Quotes, and again something like this, it can clearly be seen that we're not going to go backwards. Yeah, so you need to address this point of the argument. We can't live without them. Don't forget when you do your planning to make sure you really address the question, because if you don't answer all the question, you cannot score band 7. You just simply can't. They are really very strict on this, so really make sure, because I know you want your band 7, that you are absolutely taking time to really comprehend the question before you start writing. To conclude, I totally agree that you don't need this here. You don't need the comma. The early human inventions like fire and electricity have gained us. Present perfect again. Fundamentally have gained, have enabled us to access. Yeah, I don't think you can gain a value. So enable to access fundamentally indispensable values on which basis further creations were and will be just as possible. Just possible means not quite. Just as means equally. So equally. So it's a difficult essay. My goodness, I think you've done a fantastic job here. My comment really would be that I think you need to just make sure you were absolutely on this question. Of course, we couldn't go back. You know, you've explained the discoveries really nicely. Yeah. But have you said how much you agree or disagree? No, you haven't. You really need to get your opinion in this. It's an opinion essay. So I want a bit of an opinion here. What do you think? And I really need here. To what extent? I totally agree. Okay, you've got that. But essential values, including the ability. So a little bit more here. The irreversible ability to be independent, to communicate, that sort of thing. So I think you need a bit more in the conclusion and just a little bit more. Make sure you're totally on that question. Okay, I'm just going to get the picture. Okay, so I've got the image here, but I can't get it onto the page I want to. I can't open your image, but don't worry, because I had a look at it, and then we can go back to your answer here, just to remind you. Okay, bar chart still, number of casualties, swine flu, you've got the year, so you've got the dynamic language of changes over time, total casualties. So let's come into your description. Back up here. Okay, the bar chart illustrates global fatalities extant of swine flu according to the records of the WHO over a decade. Nice. Overall, it can be seen that highest casualties occurred in the years. Yep. Whereas in the year 90, whereas the year showed the least figures. Okay, the lowest it would have to be. The lowest figures or the least deaths. And that is to do with countable, uncountable. Over the whole time period. Watch out. That is a hole like in your shoe. The whole time period, the years and I witnessed the most fatalities with approximately 7 victims together. Good. While, good. It, now, I need to know what it, while you could use casualties. I mean, you haven't used it yet. Peaked, especially in 97. Now, you don't need peak and especially because they kind of do the same. Casualties peaked in 97 with nearly fatal records. Okay, and then how much was that more than the year before? Let's have a look. You've got 97. So, okay, which was, yeah, to 20,000 more than the previous year. So let's just add in that information there. Okay, which is 20,000 more than the previous year. According to the WHO, the years with the least fatal progress illnesses were, now careful, you've used where, which is place, you want were, but you could have registered, because it's a nice passive, in 91, yep, okay, which in total claim, yep, really good, good. The remaining years built a group, I would say, followed a similar pattern. You're grouping them, but you need to tell me why, because they have a similar pattern. Similar pattern representing, so the group representing the middle section with, yep, conferred. Okay, really nice. I don't think you necessarily need this. This feels like you're adding extra words. I'd rather have more comment. Okay. While, or in contrast, these numbers were, and let's go back, and what can we say about them? So you've got 93, 95. Okay. You've got 93, 95. Okay. These were 93, 97. Oh, okay. So you've got them in a progression. Ah, okay. Okay, so you have to see 3 years where the disease okay, why have you grouped those together? 96. Okay, because the numbers are similar. Sorry, let me go back. I said the wrong year. Okay. 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 So levels at around 160, which were how many times more? 40,000 more than the lowest recorded year, something like that. Okay. Which were 40,000 more than the lowest number recorded. So I'd rather that you put another kind of language bit of work here than this. You wouldn't score marks for this because that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for more of this. Okay? But you've done that really nicely. Sorry for the delay in me getting the right picture. Well done, Marlene. Good work again. Really nice.